Well, hello friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work without you guys. So, thank you for being here as I'm getting some work done out here in the workshop. So, the work never ends. It never, ever ends. And so I'm out here getting this thing together. I got to build a countertop for my cousin for his bar because he's a Washington fan and he needs to get liquored up. That's right, Daniel. You need to get liquored up. But for our Cowboys, the Cowboys are getting back to work today, and we actually have some good news. We saw Dak Prescott on his way to visit the doctor and find out what's what, who's who. Hopefully there's no infections. Didn't look like he was in a lot of pain, so that's great news. And we've got some other great news too here because Leighton Vander Esch, today, since coming back from neck surgery and then a broken collarbone, will be a full participant in practice. Not a game now, we talking about practice. So now slowly the Dallas Cowboys defense is getting back to being healthy, which is going to be key because here's one of the things. You know, somebody that I really wish had taken advantage of the tools that he had and the opportunity is now Rolando McClain. Rolando McClain was an absolute beast. He was a middle linebacker with the potential, the sky's the limit. He's what I call a thumper. A middle linebacker that can take on that guard and just shed that guy, who will take on those run blocks and really jam the middle when it came to run stopping. Thomas has a little bit of that, but he's not quite there. Vander Esch had a little bit of that, but he still has to grow a bit on it. But you need a middle linebacker who literally can take on that block. That is a beast. Because see, Jalen Smith is a different type of linebacker. He's more of a pursuing linebacker. Him playing middle linebacker and having to take on the guards, it's just not the guy. He doesn't have the build, the dog in him to do that. And that's where you need that thuggish middle linebacker. And Leighton Vander Esch has shown signs of it. Of course, the thing you have to worry about Leighton Vander Esch is, are we getting a guy who has injury issues? That's the part we just don't know yet. You hope that it's not that kind of a deal, but you just don't know. Sean Lee, if you take the injuries out of him, you could put him up against any linebacker out there. He was at times very dominant. You looked at him being able to take the ball away as an interceptions, knowing everything on the field. He's literally like a general on the field. But unfortunately, you have to look at the injuries because staying on the field was an issue. And I hope that's not going to be the case for Vander Esch. This is one of those ones where you want to hold your breath on the first couple of hits or the first game and say, is he going to be able to make it through? Are we rushing him back? But the doctors and things, they didn't play him last week. He was there doing individual drills, working his way into the lineup. Today, they're going to do more. So maybe we're going to see him on Monday night. That would be great news for the Dallas Cowboys that got Anthony Brown back last week. And you can see that he was part of the turnaround on the defense, helping us to get a win. Maybe Vander Esch will be that same piece right there. At some point we'll get a Woozy back in there. And then all of a sudden you're getting a few more playmakers out there. And maybe the hope for our defense, there is hope for our defense. Just have to wait and see how it goes. But feeling much better about the defense if we can get Vander Esch back out on the field. Yeah, that would be some good news because it seems like all we've been having every week is losing players left and right. That's just the nature of the beast of this rush season that they've determined that they were going to get in. The thing you now have to start worrying about is with the Atlanta Falcons having players that have tested positive now for corona, will this become more and more teams where we're shutting the system down? The Dallas Cowboys, I'm told, or I've read, that today's team meeting, they've gone through and they've talked about the COVID protocols. They have taken the seating in the cafeteria from 6 feet to 10 feet, and they're putting an emphasis on making sure that the players follow the guidelines and patting each other, well, not physically patting each other, but, virtual pat on the back by saying that, hey, none of the Cowboy players have tested positive since before training camp. So let's hope that we can keep that together, because more than anything else, that may be the difference of who makes it through the season. Who ends up being there at playoffs is who can stay the healthiest. And if we're starting to get some players back and can hold it together, if some of these young guys that are now getting time can step in and play, maybe not as great as a starter, but at least play, like an NFL player, you got a chance of having a season. So don't write off the season. Don't write off this season, because things can change in the NFL really, really quick. Really, really quick. And you just don't know what you don't know. Our prognosis from last week to this week looks totally different. Getting a win and now getting some players back. It looks, things change. And you don't know what's going to change negatively for other teams. And you also don't know what players are going to, all of a sudden, the light bulb's going to go off with the new season. Go off. Come on. Come on. That's it. Light bulb. Come on. Or should I say, not light bulb, LED? Is that better? That the LED comes on. Yeah. Who really uses light bulbs anymore? That's all I got for you guys, man. In the meantime, I got some work to do. Got to get these things glued up so I can make this countertop. Yeah. All right. I'll catch you all later.